the fuck is that outro, dude?
Others or having
we're gonna
low
learn
to
about
absent
ace.
interest.
First, we're gonna learn about ace people, as in asexuality, and then we're gonna fucking segue into the ace family. So, what I was gonna say before we do that, though, is that from what I understand, Will Neff and Wobbles have been unbanned. Congrats to Wobbles Music for the unban. Everyone go check them out. Well deserved. Thanks to the Will Neff for the effort and Twitch for the pog move. Yeah. Will Neff is unbanned and so is Wobbles. As I told you would happen. All right, let's watch the spent a day with Asexuals, and then we'll watch the Ace family.
And sexual activity. Despite implications of asexuality existing since the dawn of humanity, asexuality as a sexual orientation and field of scientific research is still relatively new, with the first recognition in a scientific document dating back only 120 years ago. As made evident by the thousands of comments from aces on my video with sex therapists who did not acknowledge aces, asexuality is extremely common, yet rarely recognized in our culture. My name's Anthony Padilla, and today I'm going to be sitting down with aces to learn the truth behind this sexual orientation.
Would you fuck an ace person? I mean, so I know you said that as a joke, but I've learned that asexuals also, some of them do have sex. I wouldn't want them to fuck me just to please me, though. I would want to please the other person, so I don't know how good the sex would be. Could be good. I don't know, but yeah, I wouldn't fucking rule it out if they wanted to. We were compatible.
That far too.
It had to be a joke. What? No, dude. I'm telling you, dude. Yes, we're gonna fucking learn about it right now, boys. But actually, yes, there are ace people who do fuck.
Many have written off as outrageous or ridiculous. Is asexuality a valid sexual orientation? Or is it really just a way for people who are too scared of a romantic relationship to emotionally regress and avoid human connection altogether? Are asexuals truly able to live happy and fulfilling lives without strong sexual desire? Or are they simply convincing themselves that the deprivation of this basic human desire is normal in an attempt to suppress a deeper or darker insecurity or trauma?
Will be unbanned too. Even if he's not unbanned right now, he will definitely get unbanned. What are you guys, crazy? You think they're gonna fucking unban the guy that they banned Will for and then keep him banned? No, he's gonna get unbanned too.
Hi, Lauren.
Hi.
Hello, Andrew.
Hey, Anthony.
Hey, Shelby.
Hello.
Thank you so much for coming out and teaching me about the wondrous world of asexuality.
It's very wondrous.
What do you consider yourself? Asexual, ace?
Asexual.
Gray asexual.
I usually just would use the word asexual, although I haven't used it a lot because I haven't said it many times.
You haven't talked about your sexuality
I've never
much?
talked about it.
This is your...
It's my debut.
Your debut! Congratulations!
Yeah, you're lucky you get this on camera.
Yeah! What does being asexual entail?
The definition is you don't experience sexual attraction.
A straight guy feels about another guy or a straight girl feels about another girl. I just feel that about both genders.
People are just like 100%. I want to have sex. Definitely not me. I'm more like maybe a 2% type of guy.
2% of the time you're into it?
Like asexual simply means someone who doesn't experience sexual attraction. Gray asexual is someone who, you know, experiences.
Bro, motherfuckers would be like, what's an ace? While we're literally watching the fucking 17-minute video about aces, okay?
Just a bit.
How long have you identified as asexual?
I went to an all-girls Catholic academy, so we were taught abstinence.
Oh, great. Abstinence is great.
We even had a club that was called True Love Waits.
Oh.
Where we had a whole ceremony where we wore white dresses, we put on purity rings.
The implication from the title alone implies that love is intrinsically connected with sexual desire.
Yeah, I just went along with it to sort of have an excuse to get myself out of dealing with that for a while. And then when I started dating at 21 was when I kind of realized I didn't really work the same way as everyone else. I put it off for so long, I was like, I don't think everyone else feels the way that I feel.
Started in high school.
Yeah.
And, you know, everyone was kind of into boys, and I yeah. When I kiss someone, it's kind of like kissing a wall. Like,
yeah.
And another thing I said, which he didn't like, was, I don't understand cheating. What's the big deal?
You said that?
I said that because I've never understood it. I mean, I have multiple friends. Why not have multiple? You know, what's the difference?
Are there different ways to identify as asexual within the, you know, is there a spectrum?
So you can be like a sex positive asexual, which I am.
Yeah.
Right? And this is someone who's fine with sex. You know, they're fine with having sex. They're fine with other people having sex. There are sex repulsed asexuals who will never actually have sex. And they have no desire to.
The idea is disgusting to them?
Correct. Demisexuals, who are people who are very much asexual, but once they find a partner that they really connect with, then they're like, okay, I'm fine. I'm actually attracted to this person.
Right.
There are some asexuals who are aromantic, aka they don't fall in love. There are others who are very much romantic, and they're like, okay, like I do want a partner, maybe a lifelong partner who will connect with me emotionally.
How do you identify within this spectrum?
Asexual, that's the word that I feel the most comfortable with. And I think that I would probably say hetero-romantic.
You'll find hetero-romantic relationships desirable, but that's where it ends.
Yeah, which is hard, because that just means I'm dating a bunch of straight guys who don't really get it.
Do you find that people commonly assume asexuality is the same as celibacy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, very often people think that. I've had people tell me, I'm also celibate, you know, I don't want to have sex anymore this year. And I'm like,
This year?
like, it doesn't work like that, okay?
Yeah.
Like, this is not a seasonal thing. This
The
is
people who are asking me, I'm just sexual, okay? I'm a sexual beast.
like every day.
I've dated a lot of people
Oh, yeah.
who are not asexual.
Yeah.
Whenever I do intimate stuff, it's more like kind of like an invasive medical exam.
Oh, really? That's how you feel?
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
Like, we're on a date and it's like, oh, this is fun, we're getting to know each other, and I'm like, oh no, it's this part of the night. It's not.
There are too many terms, man. My head spins whenever the topic comes up. Yeah, I mean, like, we're learning about a new thing, dude. From the people, directly from the mouths of the people. Okay? Yeah, it can be confusing. It's like no one's gonna fucking put you in jail or something if you don't understand it at first.
Not that it's necessarily bad, it's just
not even that hard to grasp, LMAO. I mean, it is a little hard to grasp, especially if you're like, you know, a person who enjoys and really wants to have sex. So from their point of view, they're like, what the fuck is this? Like, when I first heard about being ace, I was like, what? What the fuck is that? You know what I mean? I didn't understand it at all. I'm going to jail if I don't understand this? Yes. There will be an exam at the end of this, and I will be sending you to jail if you fail. Just letting you know.
I feel nothing, so it's kind of awkward. Like, if you imagine taking all the emotion out of it, it would feel like a medical exam.
Oh, yeah. Do you proudly tell people that you're asexual, or do you keep that more of a secret?
It's like a need-to-know basis.
Yeah.
You know, if someone, you know, if I'm at a bar or something drinking with some people, and someone comes up to me, and I really want to, like, that's when I gotta let them know.
Does that happen to you?
It has happened to me.
Oh, whoa.
I swear it's happened to me. I swear.
Before we learn more about the wondrous world of asexuality, I want to mention that videos discussing anything sexual, whether it be for educational purposes or journalism, are almost always demonetized by YouTube. Yeah.
So the
Skip.
Let's go. I wanted to say, now back to learning about the wondrous world of asexuals. Have you found that it's possible to experience a happy and healthy relationship that doesn't include any...
So they do not have feeling in their intimate parts? Like, I don't know how it couldn't feel good. I think, like, I mean, ace people jerk off still. I'm sure Anthony Padilla will ask. Like, it's not that you're numb in your pee-pee. It's just that, like, you don't want to... You don't want to have sex with another person. There's a thing called hypersexual. Do you feel like you might be that? I don't know. I'm just me, dude. Okay. Imagine how it feels to be ace and think you're fucked up for not liking other people.
Aces in chat represent glad everyone here is getting to learn about us. Imagine being a
Yeah, I mean, we're
hater.
learning, so we don't feel that way anymore. It's not good. It's not that it doesn't feel good. A lot of ace folks still masturbate.
Pogo Arjan? Pogo Arjan? Pogo Arjan? Pogo Arjan? Pogo Arjan?
I mean, if you don't want to have sex, it won't feel that great. Yeah,
Feeling
like, here,
submissive
think about it
and
like this,
readable
okay?
right
I just
now.
thought about a way to describe it, which I'm kind of stealing from the ace person, right? If you're straight, you don't want to fuck a dude, right? Like hanging out with a dude doesn't create sexual desire within you. Or if you're a straight woman, you don't want to fuck another woman. It doesn't like create sexual desire in you. So for ace people, it's like they feel like that for everybody. Not wanting to fuck a dude. Not wanting to fuck a dude is actively homophobic. Yes, this is true. I am a homophobe. Everybody in here knows this. You are actively engaging in homophobia. Of course, ace people are also inherently homophobic for not wanting to fuck a dude as well. So sorry, ace people.
Sexual attraction whatsoever?
I actually have a loving boyfriend of a year.
Yeah.
So the answer to that would be yes.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. So, you know, me and my boyfriend do have sex. We are physically intimate. And, you know, maybe not as much as the average couple.
And for you, it's more about making that intimate connection rather than a like primal drive that you feel?
Right. It's more of an emotional act as opposed to a physical one.
My first boyfriend was at 21, and then really quickly he realized that I had never had sex before, and he wasn't okay with that.
Oh.
He said a lot of things that were pretty manipulative to tell me that there's something wrong with me. Part of me wanted to make it work, and I, at that point, was like, it's my fault. I'm doing something wrong.
Of course, society is constantly telling you that it's normal to feel these things, and if you don't, then it's something wrong
There's
with
something wrong with you. He thought I was making a big deal out of it, and I just needed to get it over with.
Yeah.
But it didn't matter if I didn't want to.
Yeah.
So I got out of there real quick.
I mean, that takes a lot of strength to get out of a situation like that, especially when you're constantly being told from every angle that you're in the wrong, that you need to be giving someone something in order to be true to yourself.
And for a relationship to work. But that sort of led me on the search to figure out, like, is there a word for it? Is there something wrong with me? Do I need to go to a doctor? And that's how I found the word asexual.
Right.
And that there were other people like me.
How do you feel about our culture's affinity for overly sexualizing almost everything?
It makes me a little uncomfortable. I mean, most things make me uncomfortable anyway, so that's not even an asexual thing.
So as someone with anxiety, I can relate.
I'm just, always uncomfortable.
I still find it entertaining. I don't know why.
You think sexual things are entertaining to see?
I love romantic comedies.
Yeah.
And like, you don't really see the sex on screen, it's about the intimate relationship.
Right.
So it's interesting to me. Watching porn, on the other hand, probably be entertained by like the plots.
People wonder who watches porn for the plot, and here we are.
Wait a minute. I watch porn for the plot too. As a matter of fact, I think it's very important. I talk about this all the time. Okay? If it doesn't have plot, if it's just like who cares? You know what I mean? That's not what I'm there for, you know? Plot is very important. What the fuck? Anonymous user with 100 gifted subs. Holy shit, dude. What the fuck was that? So, you know what that's like? Okay, I want to be quiet because my mom's in the kitchen. I hope she can't hear me while she's cooking. She's whipping up my curry chicken for me, but the plot in a porn is as important as the hand job in a blow job. Oftentimes people joke about it, and it's often overlooked. But it is a fundamental part of both of those things. ladies and gentlemen, if you want to improve your, you know, walk skills, all you need to do is focus on the hand a little bit. I promise. Automatically, you will literally fucking your BJ skills will go up through the roof. I like that we're talking about blowjobs while I am covering a video on ace people, but you know me, okay? Let's keep going.
Have societal pressures ever made you question your own sexual desires or lack thereof?
Yeah, I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything. I mean, I've seen friends go through just really stressful times, and I'm like, that just seems like a lot of work.
What, like breakups and stuff?
Yeah, like they're, you know, pregnancy scares.
Yeah.
Controversial takes 100%. You are literally wrong, okay? You are just wrong. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. As a man who has been a recipient of many blowjobs, I promise you, okay? I promise you, a lot of people do not focus on the hand play. It is incredibly important. Incredibly important. So overlooked, so simple. People always think like, well, what? I'm just gonna, you know, I'm just gonna jerk it. Like isn't that like something that people make fun of, like a hand job? No. It's so key. Write that down. Yeah, Mafia Jinx. Write that down.
Pregnancy happening, you know.
Do you plan to have children
Mafia Jinx caught in 4K
someday?
I don't know.
You don't know?
More that I'm like scared of the whole pregnancy thing.
You're scared of pregnancy more than the children.
Oh yeah. Well,
the children are scary.
I have no desire to raise a small little human being. Has nothing to do with sex or anything.
Right.
I just don't have that type of commitment for 18 plus years.
Mm-hmm. Just not into small creatures that need something every single moment of their lives until they're 18?
Correct.
Or plus?
Or plus. Yeah, you got to pay for them to go to college and everything.
Yeah.
It's too much work.
What's something you wish you could say to people who question asexuality as a sexual orientation?
First of all, you. Second of all, educate yourself. Third of all, I think all identities are valid at the end of the day.
Well, if you look at the other sexual orientations, if you think of it
Hasanabi, real estate agent? What? Did I just like ban him? Oh, he's saying real estate agent porn is the best. Dude. Okay, this is gonna sound embarrassing. And it's fantasy, right? So like everything goes. God, I can't believe this conversation about aces is like a very informative one. I know he's talking about the porn plot. This conversation about aces is a very important one, but like now we're talking about porn plots, which I guess like ace people can watch porn for the plot. So it's not like the it's not that outside of the scope, right? But I just gotta say something. I can't jerk off the landlord porn. I don't know why. I'm not saying, oh, look at me, I'm so ethical, I'm such a lefty. Like, I literally can't. It just doesn't do it for me. I don't know what it is. I cannot jerk off the landlord porn. It's like, oh my God, I can't pay my rent. Like, I don't know what it is. I swear to fucking God. When it comes to like stepsister stuff, it's like, I don't have any like step relatives, so that's never. I guess like it's only kinky if you have like if you have like step children in your family or something. I don't get that at all, so I just imagine it's just like two hot people fucking. But that other like definitely the landlord one is just like I don't know what it is. Outside of the box, realistic porn situations are the best. I mean, I told you guys, you know what I love. I love check pickup porn and like that sort of stuff is great. Didn't you say now you always look for it if you know the house or not? Yeah, no, of course. Yeah, well, that's that's a given. That was when I was looking for houses. I've given up on that endeavor already, so it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? I'm done with that. So now I no longer hyper focus on the houses and the fixtures and whatnot when I'm watching porn. But yes, there was a time and place when like when I would like open up a new porn, I was like, damn, that's a nice fucking house. I wonder what the price per square footage looks like there. Like, I wonder what area of Los Angeles this was shot in.
To people who question asexuality as a sexual orientation?
First of all, you. Second of all, educate yourself. Third of all, I think all identities are valid at the end of the day.
Well, if you look at the other sexual orientations, if you think of it as a box, there's heterosexuality, there's homosexuality, there's bisexuality. What's the opposite of that? Asexuality. So it makes perfect logical sense that it exists, and it does exist.
The idea of sexuality and asexuality, it's never for anybody else. It's for you.
Yeah.
So it really doesn't need to be anybody else's business.
I mean, it's quite literally for nobody else.
Yes. And whether you believe asexual is a thing, whether you think it's how they were raised, if they were raised in abstinence like I was, has a factor. Why does that matter? If that's just how I want to feel, why do you have to have a say in it?
Carrot Juice wants to know if you consider yourself to be part of the LGBTQ plus community.
There's a little bit of discourse.
She does look like Alana a little bit. You're right.
Of whether asexuals even belong in LGBTQIA plus spaces, or in the community at all, and that some people will say we're just straight people looking for attention, or we don't have different experiences from someone who's heterosexual, which I would disagree.
Yeah.
And even if, you know, we don't have to worry about being kicked out of our houses, that I wouldn't compare, but my experience, especially my battle with myself, where I wasn't accepting of myself. I didn't want to be.
The A is not for allied. Wait, what is the A for? I thought A was ace. Ace for ally now. Yeah, why? I wonder why they did that. It's interesting.
Be asexual.
Yeah.
It was hard.
In the LGBT community, there is still a problem of people.
You lie. I know you like that type of porn where women strapped up in a wall and like a line of men just railing them. I don't even know what that is, dude. What the fuck? Bro, I think that was a that was so specific, dude. That was the boat. Hey, fucking, my man's making me ace right now.
People who are more than just gay, right? Like being LGBT stands for bisexual, and even then bi erasure still exists, both in and out of community. So there's me even more on the fringe as asexual.
Yeah.
And, you know, I only have a letter in the acronym, and it's like, yeah, it's a struggle.
Patrizia Pie wants to know if you ever find it difficult to find other asexuals who understand.
I have one friend.
Oh yeah? So you guys connect over that?
Yeah, and she's the only person really that I know who is, they say maybe 1% of the general population is.
I just did the math. That's like 75 million people.
That's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah, so they're out there.
Azor wants to know if you ever wish you had more sexual desires, you know, to fit in more, or do you prefer being asexual?
I thought that I would, or I did wish that when I was just discovering who I was, because I thought it would make everything easier in relationships.
I am who I am. I really can't change that.
Yeah.
Like once I came to the realization, that was actually a big moment for me, because I was finally comfortable in the body that I'm in. And I was like, okay, we're good to go.
Why would the A it be included in LGBTQIA for ally? It's like, what? Are you oppressed because you're fucking aligned and are, you know, not a fucking asshole to like gay people? Guys, I did allyship today, and guess what? I have allyship fatigue. I'm sorry. I can't go on any further for my allyship. Even though, according to that one chatter, I'm queer now because you know, a femme NB. I hooked up with a femme NB person, so it's just. Is low testosterone a factor in ace? I don't know.
What is it about being asexual, if anything, that brings you the most joy?
Probably just the fact that it.
How does ace fit into LGBTQ at all? It does. It's just heteronormative. So anything that's normative technically falls under the queer umbrella. No. It just means you're like not a part of the majority of people with respect to your queer umbrella. Queer is a catch-all. Why are people still going, oh my god, I can't believe you said queer? Jesus Christ, dude. How many times are we gonna have this fucking conversation, dude? Zoomers, like, the millennial LGBTQ community already fucking like normalized using the term queer as an umbrella, and I feel like Zoomers are like, nah, dude, fuck that. There are queer people who are ace exclusionary. What? I don't know if you're making that up or not. Please, dude, if you're... People say the A in LGBTQIA stands for allies, a prime example of asexual erasure even within the LGBT community. Wait, why would that be for allies? I don't understand why A would be for allies. What the fuck? Yeah, I'm ally sexual, dude. I fucking crank it out to being an ally to the LGBT community, you know what I'm saying?
Makes it easier to find good people because people will show their colors much faster if you're not giving them what they want right away.
I guess the thing would just more time to do the things I want to do.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of asexual.
Ace exclusion is sadly a very real thing in the queer community. Some LGBTQI plus have a hard time understanding asexuals because not having a sexual attraction is hard for some. I mean, I understand why. Yes, I understand why people who have been marginalized for their sexual interest their entire lives would be like, okay, well, what the fuck? You don't have any sexual interest, or like mostly don't have sexual interest? But, you know, whatever. There's actually so much ace discourse in the LGBTQ plus community. It's horrible.
Agree, you got so much more time.
The cake.
What?
The cake? You haven't found about the cake yet?
Not the cake. The one at the end of Portal?
That cake is a lie, though. So not that cake. In the asexual community, we absolutely love cake. But don't.
What is this like being bi and having a clear phone case? Like if you have a clear phone case, you're bisexual? Is that the same for ace people? Is it just cake?
Ask me why.
Does it have to do with sexuality?
Absolutely not. No. If you ever find yourself in a situation where you're having sex, don't you want cake more? Like, I think that's just how that works.
A good way to understand if you're asexual or not is if when you are experiencing something sexual, you'd rather be having cake.
Correct.
Has anyone in your life ever made you feel less than?
I wouldn't say guys made me feel less than, but they just didn't understand and tried to like push it anyway. And that made me feel like I wasn't being listened to or respected as a person.
Right. It was almost like they didn't even accept that to be a reality.
I remember I told this one guy, I was like, you know, look, I'm asexual. And we had this deep conversation and he's like, I feel like we've gotten closer because of this. And I think then he kissed me or something.
Totally missing the point.
Yeah.
Has being asexual affected any of your relationships?
Yes, absolutely. I used to have a 3-month expiration of any relationship that I was in.
Really? Like once the honeymoon phase ends?
Once the honeymoon phase ended, it was like this.
Ace people don't get hate crimed? I mean, that's not true. Like, not hate crime, but they absolutely do get fucking viciously bullied. They absolutely do get fucking shit on for not wanting to have sex. I mean, even in this chat, like, there are a lot of people who are trying to comprehend what it's like to be ace, and they're literally not getting it. And most people, including myself, originally have like an adverse reaction to it. And also most ace people, I'm sure, have a traumatizing experience where they didn't want to have sex and were like pressured into it. You know what I mean? Also, like, what? I don't understand. Like, do you have to get hate crime to be able to fucking... Tumblr asexuals have a reputation for being homophobic, especially if they're cisgender, so there's the discourse comes from. Misgive is doing Chad Vice with Alinity. I mean, dude, I joked about it, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's actually doing it. You know. Like he did unban request last week with Amaranth. He's literally gotten better at... He's now so good at this that he just like does it before I can do my content that I set up for the day. What kind of advice are you going to get from fucking Misgive with respect to dating?
It's just, is it going to work? And that's usually how it went. I wasn't able to communicate this very effectively. Right? Communication breaks down overall. I'm not broken. There's nothing to fix here. I'm absolutely perfect. 10 out of 10.
Right, never a tear, never a problem in life.
You'd be lucky to have me.
Do you ever get anxious when you're about to disclose to someone that you're asexual?
Oh yeah, you want to find a person that you can be comfortable doing it with, because like your knees are knocking and you
it's a lot of
your teeth clink and there's
a lot of
trial
this. And I'm not clapping. Is there anything that you would like to say to anyone who is asexual or maybe is considering that they might identify as asexual, but maybe they're uncomfortable, maybe they're unsure about coming out because they're afraid of judgment?
When I was doing a little bit of self-discovery, I was using the word broken a lot, and I don't want other people to feel like there's anything wrong with them or anything to be fixed. You're not broken, and whatever word you feel like identifying with is there for you to feel comfortable. It doesn't need to be for anybody else but you.
You are valid. Don't let anybody else tell you any different.
Listen to yourself and be true to yourself. You'll know if you're not attracted to someone, you'll know if you are. Don't let people tell you what to do. Don't give in to people just because you think that you should, or just to make them happy. Like, just be in touch with yourself, and you'll know what orientation you are if you allow yourself to believe the truth about yourself.
I actually have a parting gift for you.
Okay, we're gonna